Hi, this is Easy Accounting. I have already uploaded 2020 Western Province Business and Accounting Studies Part 1 paper discussion. This video is about Part 2 Western Province 2020 paper discussion. If you like my videos, please subscribe my channel and please share this with your friends. If you have any doubts, please keep your doubts in the comment section. Let's move to the discussion. Right, we are going to discuss part 2. First one, compulsory question case study. Here it gives the Asita who studied in science stream has followed 6-month local food processing course after completing A-level exam. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, interest of the people local production increased. He started a business called Coco Drink, which produces canned king coconut drink using king coconut, which is inherited to Sri Lanka. There's a very good demand in the local market for canned king coconut drinks produced using safety methods. Following balances shown in the business as at 1st January 2019. Some balances given and some transactions occurred during the month of January given. Next one. Asit expect to start exporting due to good demand in the local market. He needs to expand the business for the purpose of. And Pathum Sanjeeva, who is one of his friends, joined with the business. Pathum is also very interested in the business and he invested 3 acres of land of king coconut cultivation. This business depreciate land and building assets annually, nor remain king coconut production at the end of the month. So here the important thing is new member join at the beginning of the next month. That means month of February. But these transactions given for the month of January. This is very important. Dates are very important in case studies. So we'll see the first question. What is the type of business organization that Coco Drinks business belong to as at 1st 2019? That's why I told you the date is very important. During the month of January, there was only one partner. So this is a sole proprietorship business. So for the first question, A part, what is the type of business organization? Sole proprietorship business. That is the type of business organization. No any answer, only one answer, that is sole proprietorship business or sole trade business. Second one, what is the factor of production that the king coconut use for the production belongs to? There are some conflicts for this question. Lot of students wrote answer for this as land. But the problem is here this person, the owner of the business, purchased king coconut. That is the problem. Here, look at the transaction. Following transaction occurred during the month of January. Purchasing king coconut 100,000. But for the after joining Pathum, then they are going to have their own king coconut production. But for the existing business, purchasing king coconut 100,000. So you know that when we purchase some natural resources, king coconut is a naturally available thing. When you purchase it, raw material purchase means by giving money, if you purchase something, it converted to capital. So because of that reason, answer for the B part is capital. Second one, name 2 strengths of Coco Drinks business according to the above case. 2 strengths. Strengths means positive internal factors. Strengths are positive internal. So those are the answers. First one has been followed a 6-month food processing course. The owner has followed a food processing course. two strengths of Cocoa Drinks business. Cocoa Drinks business strengths are, first one, followed 6-month food processing course, and the other one studied in science stream. Actually, we can't take he has been recruited a partner who is interested in this business, because the questions are asking about the existing business. Existing business is a sole trade business. So according to this business, according to the sole trade business, that means Asita's business, strengths can be identified as studied in science stream, and second one, 6-month local food processing course after completing A-level. Those are the strengths. Other than that, you can take enough financial strength, right? Here they have cash balance of 1,200,000. That also you can write. Enough cash balance available, enough financial resources available. That also strength. Third one, what is your idea on registering the cocoa drink business? Definitely it should be registered. It is compulsory to, so your answer should be yes, it is compulsory to register, because cocoa drink does not include owner's full name. B, what is the act relevant to register this business name? You know that the act relevant to the registering the business, number 6 of Business Names Ordinance 1918. Number 6 of Business Names Ordinance 1918. Question number 4. Name 2 advantages of new business organization after joining Pathum Sanjeeva to the existing business. So we know for the Asita's business, when Pathum Sanjeeva joined, it converted to partnership. So in this question, they are asking 2 advantages of partnership business. When sole trade business converted to partnership business, we know there are so many advantages. Can raise more capital. Those are the advantages. Can raise more capital, can utilize different skills of partners, can take collective decisions, shared liability among partners. Other than that, can share losses. Those things can be taken. Next one. Name the type of account that should be opened to do transactions by checks after expansion of the business. So you know, to do the transaction through checks, definitely you have to start a current account. Current account is the only account you can do check transactions. None other than that, only answer should be current account. Question number 5. What is the equity of Cocoa Drinks business as at 1st 2019? Here also very important. Date is very important. Look at the date. They are asking the equity balance as at 1st 2019. Only the equity balance. Not all the elements in accounting equation. Only equity balance as at the first date. This is very easy because opening assets and liabilities given. Here, following balances shown in 1st January 2019. Opening assets and liability given. Cash balance 1,200,000, equity 300,000, land and building 500,000, debtors 50,000. Those are the assets. From this, if you deduct liability, creditors, you are getting answer 2,020,000. That is the equity balance. So because you know assets minus liability, you can get the answer for the equity. Opening assets minus opening liability, equity balance is 2,020,000. Question number 6. What is the value of current liability of this business as at 31st 2019? Here date is at the end of the period, at the end of the month. What is the value of current liability of this business? We'll see what happened to the current liability during the month. Current liability means creditors. Creditors value 30,000. Other than that, Payable electricity expense. During the month, payable electricity expense occurred, that is 3,000, altogether 30,000. During the month, no settlement for creditors, 30,000 plus 3,000. 33,000 is the total current liability. Answer should be 33,000. Question number 6, answer number 33,000. Question number 7. Indicate the relevant information under the accounting equation of this business as at 1st 2019. Relevant information under the accounting equation. That means assets. What is the asset value? What is the equity value? What is the liability value? Different method of asking the same question. What are the amounts comes under accounting equation? Without asking like that, here indicate the relevant information under the accounting equation. So you have to mention separately. Likewise, look at the answer. Assets, equity and liability. Equity balance already we have calculated 220,000. Assets value given summation of all the assets, then liability also given, only creditors available, that is 30,000. Next on 8.1, find out the cash balance. First you have to record the balance, then one by one transaction should be recorded. We'll see what are the transactions occurred during the month of January. Those are the transactions occurred. Purchasing King Coconut 100,000, it should be credited. Paid employee salary 20,000, it should be credited. Transportation expense 7,000, it should be credited as it is a payment. Selling King Coconut drink cans 200,000, it should be debited as it is cash receipt. Payable electricity expense won't come. Don't put that because that is accrued, still not paid. So only one figure debited, only 3 figures credited. So answer should be, with the opening balance, answer should be 1,273,000. Next one, question number 8, part B. If the business depreciate non-current assets 12% annually at cost, calculate the total value of depreciation. Most of you have wrote the answer for annual. But here, if the business depreciate non-current asset 12% annually at cost, calculate the total value of depreciation. Always you have to depend with the information given. This information given just for 1 month. Annual depreciation rate is 12%. So non-current asset total is, cost of non-current asset is equipment and land and building altogether 800,000. 800,000 is subjected to 12% annual interest. 800,000 divided by 12, and again 800,000 into 12%, and again should be divided by 12 because we need to find out just for 1 month. So answer should be rupees 8,000. Okay, let's move to the question number 9. Record the above annual depreciation in general journal with narration. Depreciation should be recorded separately for the non-current assets available. There are 2 non-current assets available, equipment and land and building. Equipment 300,000, land and building 500,000. So 300,000 is subjected to 12% and land and building 500,000 is subjected to 12% annual depreciation rate. Here land value separately not given, so you have to consider both land and value 500,000 into 12% as it is not given. If land value given, you have to remove the land value and only building value should be depreciated because we can't depreciate land. The reason is we can't estimate the useful lifetime of the land, right? So let's move to the answer. Here 300,000 into 12% and 500,000 into 12%. Look at the answer. According to the answer scheme, they have given the answer for the monthly depreciation, but in the question they have asked the annual. According to the question, it should be equipment depreciation account debit, accumulated equipment depreciation account credit. So value should be 36,000 if it is annual. However, if it is monthly, 3,000 is correct. Then land and building value is 500,000. 500,000 is subjected to 12% depreciation rate. So here also they have given the answer for the monthly depreciation. If it is annual, answer should be 60,000. Land and building depreciation account debit 60,000. Accumulated land and building depreciation account credit 60,000. Next on question number 10, calculation of net profit. Calculate the net profit for the period. So here we know they have given the transactions. According to the transactions given, sales value given as 200,000. Then purchases 100,000. There are some expenses, salary 20,000, transportation 7,000, electricity. This is accrued electricity. Even though it is accrued, we have to take to the income statement for the purpose of calculation of net profit, because we prepared income statement according to the accrued basis. Even though we paid or not, total amount should be considered. That is the concept. So next one, depreciation. Depreciation you have to consider only for 1 month, because we prepared this net profit just for 1 month. So 1 month depreciation is 8,000. Altogether total expense is 138,000. Total income is 200,000. 200,000 minus total expense 138,000. Net profit is 62,000. Question number 2. Define factors of production. Factors of production means the resources, various resources required to produce goods and services are known as factors production. For this type of question, if you write what are the factors of production, that means land, labor, capital, entrepreneurships, no marks will be given. You have to write the definition. So definitely you have to write the word various resources available or required to produce goods and services in a business to fulfill human needs and wants are known as factors of production. That is correct. Next one, B. Name 2 activities done by the entrepreneur. So, entrepreneurs are having special tasks. Basically, they are taking risk and creates innovations and taking decisions, right? So other than this, you can write earning profits, doing business activities. Likewise, you can write, but the most appropriate answers are taking risk, create innovations, and taking decisions on behalf of the business. Second one, true, false. First one, business always consider the customer preferences, income level, and social status. Business always consider the customer preferences, income levels, and social status. True or false? The answer should be true. Business should consider those things. Second one, entrepreneurship is anything that produced by man to facilitate manufacturing. No, that is definition for the capital, so it is false. Obtaining high quality. See, obtaining high quality products is the aim of suppliers. Obtaining high quality products is the aim of suppliers. No, that is customers. Suppliers are the people who are providing goods. That is not obtaining. That is wrong. False. Political environment is the policies that guide the economic activities of a country. Policies that guide the economic activities. So that is true. By using fiscal policy, They can give guidelines for the economic activities of the country, that is political environment. Third one, Chaturika started a business by selling school books in a place close to a school. Janaka has supplied books to the business. Due to the expansion of business, Vandara has been recruited as a manager and large number of school students are coming to buy books every day. Name two ways of classifying the business environment according to the given case. Business environment, we know only two classifications available, internal environment and external environment. So answer for the part A, internal environment and external environment. After that, two examples for each business environment you mention. Here, internal environment and external environment is the answer for the A. Answer B, internal environment represent Chaturika, owner, then manager. We know an internal environment consists of three parties, owners, managers and employees. Here owner is Chaturika, manager is Bandara. External environment represent supplier. Janaka is the supplier or otherwise customers are school students. Those are the external environment factors. Fourth one, prices of goods and services has been increased for a long time in Sri Lankan market. What is the economic environmental factor called as continuously increase in general price levels? Continuous increase in general price level means simply inflation. Definitely there should be the word continuously increasing. That is inflation. Answer for the question number 4A, inflation. Explain foreign exchange rate as a factor of economic environment. For this question, most of you have answered as you have explained due to foreign exchange rate what happened to the economic environment. No, that is not the way you have to write the answer. Here, first try to understand the question. Explain foreign exchange rate as a factor of economic environment. Foreign exchange rate comes under the economic environment, factors of economic environment. So they asked to define, simply they asked to define foreign exchange rate. So we know foreign exchange rate means the rate at which the currency of one currency is exchanged with the currency of another country. That is the only answer. If you explain the procedure due to foreign exchange rate differences, what will happen to the economic environment, then no marks will be given. Only for the definition of the foreign exchange rate, marks will be given. Question number 3, define business organization. Business organizations are individuals or group of individuals working together to produce goods and services required to fulfill human needs and wants. That is the only definition you have to write on behalf of business organizations. For the definitions, half marks will not be given. So to take the full mark, to take the 1 mark, you have to write the proper definitions. Don't write short definition, full definition you have to write. Next question number 3, part 1B, name 2 ways of classifying business based on the objectives. We know according to the objective, business can be classified into 2, profit motive businesses and non-profit motive businesses. Second one, true false. Amount of capital, number of employees are few criteria used to classify business organization based on the scale. That is true. B, not having a continuous existence is an advantage of partnership business as well as in sole proprietorship business. That is false. Not having continuous existence is an advantage of a partnership business as well as sole proprietorship. No, that is not an advantage. That is a disadvantage. So false. Cooperative societies are public sector business. No, false. That is a private sector business organization. D, state corporations is established under the special or general existing general act. That is true. So next one, third one, A trade is decided as a retail or wholesale depend on buyer's intention. What is retail trade? When you define retail trade, definitely you have to give priority for the objective of the buyer. So you have to write the definition like this. Purchasing goods for the purpose of reselling. That is the only answer, right? Don't write about the quantity, about the variety of goods and those things. Don't write. Always priority should be given to categorize the retail and wholesale. Purpose of the buyer. Purpose of reselling. If any trade occurred, we call it as, oh sorry, A, selling goods and services for final consumption. Purchasing goods for, selling goods and services for final consumption is the definition for the retail. I told you the definition for the wholesale, right? For the retail, to become retail trade, definitely it should be selling goods and services for final consumption. The next one, some characteristics of wholesale. First one, purchasing goods for the purpose of reselling, selling large quantities of goods in one transaction, unit selling price is relatively low, providing trade discounts. Those are the characteristics of wholesale trade. Next one, fourth one, drawing two parallel lines on the face of check. That is the definition for the check crossing. The question is, Pathum Sanjeevan is a talented businessman, succeeded in the business due to his courage. He does the business transactions through checks after opening current account. What is meant by crossing? Crossing means drawing two parallel lines on the face of a check, not the back side of the check, right? Some of you have written like that. Drawing two parallel lines on the back of the check. If you write like that, that is wrong. For crossing should be done on the face of the check. That is related to endorsement, right? So drawing two parallel lines on the face of a check is the crossing. Then two types of crossings are general crossing and special crossing. Next, move to the fourth question. Introduce the marketing mix. Here also, some of you have written the variables in marketing mix. Product, price, place, promotion. If you write the variables, then no marks will be given. Introduce the marketing mix mean you have to define marketing mix. Here, marketing mix is a set of variables used to achieve marketing objectives of a business within a target market. So definitely set of variables should be there, within a target market should be there. To achieve marketing objectives, those are the key terms. Without key terms, don't write the definitions. Next one, what is meant by target market? Question is, what is target market? So target market is share of market consists of consumers that a business can satisfy in a more attractive and profitable way is the target market. Here also key terms are there. Share of market, more attractive and profitable. Those are the key terms. When you write the definition, don't miss the key terms. Definitely you have to write the definition with these key terms. Second one, the true false. Destination is an element of transportation. That is true. There are 4 elements. Out of that 4 elements, destination is a one element of transportation. Way, mode, power, terminal are the elements. Out of that, destination means terminal. Another word for terminal, destination. So that is correct. True. Insurance obtained to cover the risk of building machinery, motor vehicle and stock is called assurance. No, false. We know there are 2 types of insurance, property insurance and life insurance. Property insurance means insurance. Assurance means life insurance, right? So this is false. CNET telecard ATM is issued by Sampath Card. False. CNET is issued by Bank of Ceylon. The fixed deposit interest can be obtained monthly or after matured. That is true. Fixed deposit interest can be obtained monthly. If you need, you can obtain it monthly or otherwise after mature. Right? Third one, Lalani is a famous businesswoman. She started Lalani Beauty Salon. She has decided her business objectives properly and very eagerly in determining the activities to achieve those business objectives. She has led her employees to achieve objectives by providing correct instruction and leadership. Name two managerial functions that can be identified as Lalani's business. Managerial functions. There are two managerial functions you can identify. Planning and leading. Examples are planning means determining the objectives of business, determining the activities. When there's word determining and deciding, it comes under planning. Leading means giving required information. Giving required information, motivating, giving required information, instructions. Those things comes under leading. Question number 4, part 4. Investment has a special place in achieving economic development. Explain the share issued by a company. Explain the share issued by a company. Share should be defined. When you define the share, you have to write like this. Capital of a company could be divided into equal portions and such one portion is known as the share. This is the definition given in textbook for the share. So you have to write that. Next one. Name two benefits of purchasing treasury bills. You can mention the treasury bills, benefits of purchasing treasury bills. That is ability to earn fixed rate of interest, ability to convert it into cash at any time, full guarantee from the government, risk-free investment. Those are the advantages. Then we'll move to the question number 5. What is the aim of accounting? Aim of accounting is to provide information for the stakeholders for their decision making. That is the aim. Write two characteristics of liability. Liabilities are having 3 characteristics. Current obligation arose as a result of past transaction having current obligation, and outflow of economic results when settlement is made. When settlement is made is compulsory. Don't write it as without that when settlement is made. Second one, following shows the transactions occurred. Obtaining bank loan 50,000. That means assets increased by 50,000, liability increased by 50,000. Second, owner withdrawing money 8,000 from this business to his personal use. Assets minus 8,000, equity minus 8,000. Purchasing furniture 30,000 for the use of business. Asset minus 30,000. Sorry, cash minus 30,000. Furniture increased by 30,000. Purchasing goods 15,000. Purchasing goods rupees 15,000. Stock increased by 15,000. Cash decreased by 15,000. Last one, selling goods on cash, including 1,000 profit. Cost was 4,000. Selling goods on cash, 1,000 is the profit. Cost was 4,000. That means selling price is 5,000. So due to this, cash will increase by 5,000. Stocks will decrease by 4,000. Equity will increase by 1,000. Right, next one. They have asked the balances for the furniture, stocks and cash. After recording all these balances, you can take the summation for the furniture, stocks and cash. So What is the total amount of assets? They have asked what is the total amount of assets. So there are three types of assets available: furniture, stocks, and cash. You have to take the summation of all these three assets and can record this summation. The answer is 315,000. It should be total assets here. It has given as total cash, but it should be total assets. Next one, you have to prepare the purchase journal like this. Here, when you prepare the purchase journal, very important, you have to follow the generally accepted structure. That means date, invoice number, supplier, value, and ledger folio or ledger page. Ledger page column is compulsory. Without ledger page column, don't prepare this. Right? If you prepare this, half marks will be deducted. So, date, invoice number, and supplier values you can record as it is. Next one, look at last summation should be taken, that is 23,000. Then date should be last date of the particular period, that is 31st 3rd, debited to purchase account. Right? Then we have to prepare the related ledger accounts. Purchase account amount should be transferred to the debit side. Under description, you have to write creditors. Amount should be 23,000. Date should be closing date. Then individual accounts of the creditors, Gayan account and Asanka and Ruan. Date should be actual date of the transaction, not the closing date. And under the description, definitely you have to write the purchase. Half marks will be given for the all these three things, for the date, description, and value. So you have to write the three things correctly. And here also you have to follow the full structure. That means including ledger folio, you have to write the structures. Those are the rules for the prime entry books. Question number 6. They have asked, write any 2 prime entry books. Those are the prime entry books available in your syllabus. Out of these, cash book, petty cash book, bank account, purchase journal, sales journal, and general journal. Out of these 6. If you write any 2, you can take the marks. Then they have asked there, what is the dual function of prime entry book? Of cash book, we know cash book acts as a prime entry book, and at the same time, it acts as a ledger account also. That is we call as dual function of the cash book. Next question, they didn't ask you to prepare the petty cash book, right? Some of you have prepared petty cash book, but no need to prepare the petty cash book. Here, question number 6. Just ask reimbursement by the main cashier at 1st 2020. Okay, 150 is the cash at hand at the last date. 2000 is the imprest. So simply you can write reimbursement is 1850. Second one, what is the total value of expense of the ledger account? Column as at 31st 2020. Ledger account column means carriage inwards 400. Purchase of office chairs 900 should be added. 400 and 900. Answer should be 1300. Next one, third one, you have to prepare the bank account. So the balance should be recorded as 60,000. Then cash deposit should be debited. 2 checks deposits are there. Then go to the credit side. Check payments are there. Sandamali 8,000. Salary payment 12,000. Electricity 6,000 should be credited. Purchase 26,000. Then balance should be calculated as 62,000. Last one, fourth part, bank account, adjusted bank account and bank reconciliation statement. Balance for the bank statement is 8,800. Then direct deposit is there 10,000. Bank charge 7,100 should be credited. Rent 4,000 should be credited. Then balance brought forward comes as 14,100. Adjusted bank account balance is 14,100. Unpresented check should be added. There are two unpresented checks, 12,000. Unrealized check should be deducted, 6,100. You are getting answer for the balance as per the bank statement. That is 20,000. Right? Here also you have to write the date. Date should be right. Without date, no marks will be given for the last part. Balance as per bank statement. Balance as per bank statement. Date also you have to write. Right? Then only you can take the marks.